Welcome back, you guys. I must say today XA is on fire, and Channel 263 should be your favorite dial. Right now, joining us in the building, our lovely friends all the way from AUWC. They're actually the chambers of the legal students, and they're all about helping those students who are facing disciplinary hearings. They're all about free legal advice to them.
Yes, so we are joined by Kwanda and Yolisa on the yellow couches. How are you guys?
We're doing good. Thank you for having us.
Okay, so for people who don't know what you guys do and who you are, just quickly tell us what is the Chamber of Legal Students. Yeah, what do you guys do?
Firstly, thank you for having us here. I just have to extend a big thank you for allowing us to sort of speak to you guys and be able to, tell your audience what we do. So for those of the audience that don't know what we do, the Chamber of Legal Students, it's a fairly young initiative. We're about 4 months old, but don't underestimate us.
Okay.
Okay. I won't do that.
It's been a 4-month journey, but it certainly feels like we've been doing this for 4 years. We've been kept extremely busy by school governing bodies and learners themselves. So what we do is we provide free representation to learners who face disciplinary hearings. It's absolutely free, and it's provided by trained, experienced law students, and we have management students that help us just run the organization.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Amazing.
Like you say, you like 24 months old?
No.
We're 4 months old.
4 months old, and you already
correct.
do not underestimate
Underestimate.
that, because we will help you. That's a good way to start.
Can you just check the seriousness?
The seriousness.
The formal.
You guys,
I just want to add something to you guys.
You can.
We're full-time students, so it gets quite challenging when we have to balance, school assignments with still meeting clients, representing learners, doing our own investigations. So it's quite difficult. I've had to bunk a few classes myself, just to
get someone out of trouble.
Just to get someone out.
I want to know, you guys are helping students to get out of trouble, and you are helping other students to gain experience. What made you pick students, not people who are rich and have money outside there?
I think the first thing that we realized was that the students that are studying law, particularly, they lack actual practical experience to do what they're studying for. So we wanted to put them in the field and get them to actually represent real clients and actually deal with negotiations, cross-examinations, dealing with evidence and so forth. And as well as the actual students from high school, we saw that they are a vulnerable market. Students are overlooked when it comes to law and making sure that their rights are explained to them and they're represented. And we saw that these, parents come from different backgrounds, students come from different backgrounds. So everyone requires representation. They don't understand certain things that we can maybe advise them on and also represent them on. So that's why we chose students for what we're doing.
And for mahala, guys.
Yes, for free.
It's free, absolutely free.
The thing is, we don't want to alienate a particular market. We want to help everyone from different backgrounds. It mustn't be just for rich students. We want the poorest students to get representation and the richest students to get representation. Anyone who needs our help, we want to be there for them.
Do you know what's more valuable than money?
What?
It's the actual experience that the learners get themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
That is true.
Okay, that's really amazing. But I was saying to the guys, I'll tell you also, I wanted to be a lawyer, but I think God knew that I was not fit for it, so that's why it didn't happen anyway. I want to know, when you guys get it, run us through when you guys get a case, what happens?
So there are 2 ways that parents have been sort of reaching out to us. The first way has been our phone calls. Our phones ring a lot,
Okay.
For those that don't call us, they drop us an email. And what we usually do is those emails sort of contain the details of the incident that their child has been in. As soon as we get that information, we put it to our directors and we sort of deliberate internally if this is a case that's worthy of representation. Is it worthy, or is it something that we sort of should get involved with, or is it something that perhaps could be too heavy, or perhaps something that we don't want to sort of get involved with. And once we've deliberated, we get back to the parents and we tell them that the Chamber of Legal Students will assist you with the case. Once that happens, we've got a database of about 80 law students in UWC. We will then advertise that there's a case that has these particular details in, and it will sort of be like a team that will bid for it. So that, there'll be a team saying, okay, we're free, we will do this case. Once they opt to get involved with that case, we'll then hand over to our management students who will sort of interview and see if they're eligible and if this is a case that can sort of fit their profile and fit the level of study that they have.
Okay.
Once we've selected that team, it's then fully up to them. We link them to the client, and they sort of do the whole interview with the client, the preparation, the investigation.
Okay.
Occasionally, I will assist, but sometimes I just feel like, they've got to get their own experience themselves.
Yeah.
Can I ask, is there like a courtroom, you guys in a courtroom? Is it like that?
It's not really a courtroom environment, but it's very close to a courtroom environment.
Okay.
I think when you go inside, it's basically a table, and the SGB will be sitting there.
Yeah.
The witnesses will be called in. The evidence will be provided. So the school governing body chairperson will be the judge.
Okay.
You interact in the same way that you would in a court. It's not exactly the same, but it gives you the gist of what you need to be able to.
It's
get
good
the
practice.
But is it as dramatic as it is in the movies? Like,
It's
my
good,
client
it's
is
very-
not guilty.
Look.
It's very dramatic. It's hectic stuff.
Let me just take over with this one. Look, it's beyond.
Yeah.
We've done certain cases where it's actually looked even worse than when it looks in the courtroom. Tensions heat up. And it's almost as if that schools feel like sometimes we're attacking them.
Yeah.
Whereas we're not actually attacking them. We've got an oversight role. We come there with the best interest of our clients, and we also make sure fundamentally that the schools are following the correct procedures.
Yeah.
Okay.
We as a Chamber of Legal Students did not make any of these laws up.
Yeah.
These laws are passed in Parliament. There's a Schools Act. We just bring our clients there, and we just make sure that the checks and balances are being held.
I think good.
Okay.
So I must say, guys, this is good practice. Actually, I
Yes,
just
it
wish
is.
each and every university can have this. Let's talk about how has the community received this such movement.
The community is really still receiving it,
Yeah.
But a lot of them that have received it are, when you finish with the case, the level of appreciation that the parents have, because for them, they don't know what is going to happen when they're in that hearing. But when they see it, they realize that they needed our help more than they actually thought.
Yeah.
Because you require knowledge of the Schools Act, you require knowledge of how to cross-examine, get that evidence.
Yeah.
So the parents they're very appreciative of what we do, and with the fact that we do it free as well, and
Yeah.
we do very well with the cases as well. So I think that the community loves what we do, they appreciate what we do, and that keeps us going as well as an organization.
Can I
Because
say something? Excel loves what you do, guys.
Yes.
It's
and
amazing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
We've
much.
got lawyers
Just
already.
to
Nina.
add on,
We've got
no,
lawyers
just to
already.
add on to what my fellow co-founder is saying. Last week we started our first branching out route.
Yeah.
We've hit UCT now, so we'll be looking to build a few branches in UCT. Because it's not necessarily a university thing, but it's more of a law student thing.
Yeah.
If we can sort of get a collaboration going with many law students, coming from as far as, Wits even, because, there's school kids facing the same issues in Johannesburg, for example.
Yeah.
And if we can get those law students there to sort of do the work that we're doing there, and get the experience we're getting here, it's a win-win situation.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for
Thank you for
Pleasure,
having
pleasure.
us. and
educating us.
Educating
And
guys.
we appreciate what
Lawyers.
you guys do. What you guys doing is amazing.
Thank you
You
so
heard
much.
it from the law students from UWC themselves. We may be innocent, but one thing we're guilty of is having fun right here on XA. And fun will be had right after this. We're taking a short break. We'll be back after this.